Good evening, Justin. Nice to see you there, buddy. Everybody else that's watching in, I will be switching scenes very, very shortly. Good evening and welcome to this evening's show on the Jackery channel and of course over on the Dragon Blogger side. Now I did allow that video to play through because it was a new video for of course a current product that they just dropped today. That is the 2000 V2. Now I'm going to take a sip of water real quick because I feel a cough. So I do apologize for that, guys. I just want to get that out of the way before we started here. Now with that, guys, we're going to show you a bunch of amazing products that can help you out in any little need possible. Whether it be just a quick emergency to full-blown, I have no power for days. We have options for everything like that. We're going to be showing you guys a bunch of smaller power stations all the way up to the larger power stations. We're going to be showing you guys that new 2000 V2 that's actually on a very smoking deal today. And I do apologize, guys. I don't know where this cough just came from. Okay, that's better. Now, guys, we're going to talk about all of these power stations, what they can help you with, the charging times. We're going to give you guys specs. We're going to give you guys pretty much as much information as I can give you in this hour show between most products on the carousel. Now, of course, we're always going to start off with their smallest but mightiest. But remember, guys, every package or every product here does come with the cabling that is needed to run it or charge it. So you do have all of those included. Sometimes you may get a carrying pouch. Sometimes you may not get the carrying pouch, right? So really cool things that happen with that. First and foremost, I want to talk about that banner down there. You guys are going to see that there's up to about $900 off of the 2000 V2. Now, there's a couple different banners floating around there for you guys. You're going to see the Jackery Explorer 2000 V2 by itself for $9.99, and it does come with the 100 plus station. You're also going to see the 2000 V2 and 2 solar panels for $15.99, and of course that free little power station. You're also going to see the 1000 V2 for $459, but on top of that, you're also going to see a 5% discount code on any purchases over $1,000 tonight. Remember, guys, you guys can use that discount code. We will actually post it a few times throughout the show, so you guys can grab it without having to look at the banner and type it out for you. Now, we're going to start this off with the smallest but mightiest little power station, the 1000, or the 100 plus right here. The 100 plus, not 1000. 100 plus, right? This is actually a really cool little power station. This is a 2-pound package power station LifePo 4 cell, right? So this is a LifePo 4 cell. It is, of course, a 2-pound package. It's going to do 99 watt hours of power, 31,000 milliamps, 128 watts. Now, yes, that's a lot of specs. Most of you are just going to go with the 99 watt hours. What's cool about it is this is TSA approved. What does TSA approved means? It means you can go through the checkpoints at the airports with this and actually take it on a train, a plane, or even the airplane to use it with that. Now, with this, you do have dual USB-C ports, 100 watts max charging capable. Those USB-C ports are in and out ports. You also have that USB-A 18 watt port as well on top of that. Now, you do have a display button. If I actually pop over here and hit that display button, you're going to see the battery charge with that. Now, like I said in the beginning, every station comes with the cabling to run it. This one happens to come with the USB-C to USB-C cable. This cable is capable of 100 watts charge through that device. It also comes with, of course, the DC plug. Now, this plug is going to be the 80-20 adapter with the USB-C plug. You'll actually need the solar panel with the DC plug to connect into this to actually charge it that way. You can technically even do it if you have the cigarette lighter adapter that went through that plug too. Just know you can do that. Now, with the 99 watt hours of power, you can actually run a Nintendo Switch for about 4.5 hours. Or what I've been doing, of course, is Nintendo Switch and portable monitors for about 3.5 hours. Now, because you're doubling the devices, it's going to take a little more power out of this. Another cool idea would be charging your iPhones about 6 times. Most iPhones are around 4,000 watts, or 4,000 milliamps. If you have an iPhone 14, that's about 4,000 milliamps. If you have a 4,500 watt one, then you're going to probably get about 5.5 charges off of this device. It really depends on the power of those pieces. Now, yes, you can run more things than that. You can actually run like a little tablet for multiple hours. You guys can do, of course, your MacBooks or your laptops, kind of like, let's see if I can grab this without dropping it. Let's say like your AOC laptop, because this is a USB-C device. The USB-C charging capable can be plugged onto this to actually run this device for multiple hours. So that's actually kind of a cool idea. You guys can have a laptop running your Nintendo Switch, portable monitors, or whatever you need. £2 package, though, is where it's really at. And at $89, this is definitely a no-brainer. But remember, guys, this is the free gift for the 2000 V2 and the 2000 V2 with solar panels. So this is that free gift you're going to get if you purchase that tonight. So any questions about this little piece? Hey, Phil, what's up? Hey, no problem, Tony. I'm glad you enjoy these products. Tamara, thank you for the follow as well. Phil, how are you doing, my man? For those of you on the Dragon Blogger side, I do apologize. Your chat's like really small. It's way down here, so sometimes I don't see it all the way. Is the E2000 V2 the only Jackery offering a free gift tonight? Johnny, I am actually, those are the only two I know about the free gift. Lois is in chat, so she may be able to answer if there are other products in the carousel that might carry a free gift or not. I'm sure they are, Phil. I'm sure they are, buddy. Hey, no problem, Johnny. Those are just the ones I know of offhand. But Lois is in chat. She can definitely answer that. Justin might be able to get the answer as well. Now, with that, guys, we're going to move on to the next product, the 240V. If I don't have hiccups. The 240V2. All right, we're going to get into this. 240V2. 256 watt hours of power in an 8-pound package. Now, this 8-pound package, LiFePO 4 cells. V2 means version 2. Now, the version 2 is actually kind of cool with this because it does have what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 is going to allow you to fully charge this at a 1-hour rate on a wall plug, which is actually very quick charge rate for a device like this. Hey guys, thank you for the follow. We do appreciate that. Now, with the 256 watt hours of power, you actually have one AC outlet, standard 3-prong American plug, that's going to allow you to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600. Mrs. Dragon Blogger, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Now, with this, of course, you get 2 USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, one's a 15-watt port. The 100-watt port is an in and out port for you. Now, you also have the USB-A port at 18 or 15? 15 watts on this one. So you do have the USB-A port. You also have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter plug as well. All individually switched, so if I pop that switch on and come over here, we can turn the flashlight on for you with this as well on hand. Now, this actually has a foldable handle that can actually fold up and be allowed you to carry it around without a problem. Now, with the 256 watt hours of power, all right, guys, so we are definitely here. We have some slight technicals on the other side, so we'll get that carousel switched for you guys as soon as we can on the other side for you. Now, we're going to get into this, guys. Because you have 256 watt hours of power that can be charged in 1 hour time, what could you run off of this? What could actually power off of this? Let's say a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker for over 16 hours, 4 to 5 drone batteries, 3 hours on your laptop, or presumably about 12 to 13 iPhone charges. Now, yes, you can run more devices off of this because it can actually run a house fan for about 4 hours if you want. It's going to be like a 45-watt house fan, right? You can do about 2 hours on a 90-watt mini fridge, or you can do a Wi-Fi router for, I think it's like 14 to 15 hours. Now, I actually did a little bit of testing on this, which was actually kind of cool. And I was capable of running a camera for multiple hours without an issue with that. And to be able to plug in some of my recording gear and have it running that way was amazing. Now, yes, the camera may not draw as much power as some of the other stuff, but it just gives you an idea of what you can plug into this. Now, a great thing would be is like your pet heating pads. You know, those 30-watt little heating pads that keep your lizards warm and stuff. You could actually run that for about 6 hours off of that. Or even if you wanted to run an electric blanket for like 3.5 to 4 hours, you could do that as well. For those of you that want to run that flat screen TV back there, 4 hours as is with that too. So that's actually a cool piece. Now, yes, this is an 8-pound package, but we also have it in the carousel with the Mini 40 solar panel. Now, the Mini 40 solar panel is actually a really cool product right here. This is the solar panel package that we're showing you guys. 240 V2 and the Mini 40. Now, the Mini 40 is actually a lightweight package solar panel. It's IP68 water resistant. It is a trifold design with quad panels, and it is going to allow you to do 40 watts of charge rate out in, of course, the sun. This will take about 7 hours to charge this device. Now, yes, that's a little bit longer than most would expect, but at 7 hours on a package piece that you could put in your backpack, I mean, this is 11 pounds total weight. This is not a lot of weight. This is maybe 2.5 pounds. So it does have a nice weight ratio with that. Now, we can actually pop it open and show you guys. You probably think it's just a small one, but it's actually, it's got a nice size with it. Now, yes, that banner's blocking it a little bit, but look at the size of that piece. So it does fold out to approximately, you know, a little about 40 inches or so, so you have a nice length to grab the sun with this. And I actually think that's actually really cool with this. So it's a great little piece right there, beautiful little panel. That package deals about $249 tonight. Normally it's $349, I believe it is. Really great deal, great option for you. Now, if you just want the power station by itself, $179. So you have the option of either way, the 240 V2 by itself or the 240 V2 with Mini 40 solar panel. Sheila, hello, how are you doing? What's up? Johnny, we do have Lois check-in for you. She'll get a reply for that as soon as we can. All right, let's talk about a fixed handle product. Fixed handle? All right, this is called the 300. Now, the 300 is 293 watt-hours of power with this. Yeah, no problem, Johnny. We were just having some technical issues on the carousel side, so she was trying to correct that. We believe it's only those two, but there might be a DC extension cable on the 3000 Pro, but not really sure yet. So, with this, 293 watt-hours of power in a fixed housing handle. This only weighs 7 pounds, right? 7.1, but let's go with 7 pounds. This is a lightweight piece. Now, this lightweight piece does, of course, have 2 AC outlets. Those 2 AC outlets are going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power. It can peak at 600. With the 600 watts is actually a great little peak power if you guys need to get that a little extra on a product. Now, with this, it actually has 2 USB-A ports and a USB-C port. That USB-C port is going to be a 60-watt port. Now, the 60-watt port's actually an in and out port, which means you can charge this device off of that USB-C port. Now, the cool part is if you plug it into the wall and charge it by a wall plug, it's going to take about 3.5 hours. But if you use the wall plug on that DC wall plug and that USB-C port, 2 hours you're charged and you're up and running. That's actually kind of cool that they allow you to double charge this with this device. Now, Class 9 UL protection, UL Class 9, that's going to be like your drop protection and your fire retardant shell. Now, it's not fireproof, but fire retardant to a degree. With this one, because you have 293 watt-hours of power, it means you guys can do about 6 or 7 drone batteries, anywhere from 15 or more DSLR batteries, or 40 hours with the Nintendo Switch. With the 300, you should get around 6 to 7 hours with a CPAP machine. So if you guys need to sleep for a while, a CPAP machine can definitely run off of this. If you have, let's say, a 5-watt light bulb, you're going to get it on a disclosed amount of time because it's a lot less draw with that. Now, some other cool stuff is you guys can do that mini cooler for 4.5 hours. You guys can do the flat screen TV again, 4.5 hours. Laptop, about 4 hours again. Your phone, about 31 phone charges. So you just jumped up to a good amount of phone charges. Now, with this, though, it is nice and reliable. It's definitely a little powerhouse. It's got multiple points of connections. It's got fast charging capability. You should be able to charge this, you know, up to about 80% in about 2 hours, which is good. 3.5 hours full charge, not a problem. You're going to get a good lifespan out of this as well, so it should last you a long time without an issue. The lightweight is where it's really at. If you add a solar panel, and that's kind of cool, guys. If you add, let's say, the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panel, about 4.5 hours is what it'll take to charge this device. It's actually a good charge time. So super quick, super easy, very, very resilient of a piece that's actually standing the test of time. Now, we're going to move over to the table. Before we move over to the table, I'm going to reach over and do something real quick. So do bear with me. I forgot a light, so I had to turn a light on, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to bounce down to the table. Now, we have the table set up because we have other products on there. Some of these products are definitely larger, and we're going to talk about the one right there in that middle. Now, yes, we will attempt to readjust the camera, bring you on in with this. This is the 500. Now, the Jackery Explorer 500 is what from their original line of products. The Jackery Explorer 500 does 518 watt-hours of power in a 13-pound package. Now, the 13-pound package does have one AC outlet that does, of course, 500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 1,000. Now, with this, you do have 3 USB-A ports, 5-volt, 2.4 amps for most of your USB connecting devices, which is pretty much any device can be plugged into the USB, let's be honest. Now, you do have 3 DC output ports. You have that 12-volt 10-amp regular plug, and then you have your smaller round-style ports. Up above that, you also have that DC input port, which is where you're going to plug in your power brick wall, your cigarette lighter charger, or your solar panel. On this device, it does have a flashlight. The flashlight's on the side. It does dual modes, standard yellow hue, or it's going to have, of course, SOS pattern, so you can actually draw attention of people. Now, with the 518 watt-hours of power, guys, you're going to actually be able to do a pretty good amount of stuff with this. Now, this actual package deal is normally $500. It's like $299 tonight, right? Now, running your device is actually kind of cool. It's going to take about 5.5 hours to charge it on a wall plug. Same with your car outlet. It's going to take 5.5 hours. If you're using, let's say, the 100-watt Solar Saga solar panel, about 7.5 hours as well. But with it, you'll be able to run a mini cooler for 9 hours, the flat screen TV for 7, your laptop for about 30 hours. Or you guys could do, let's say, air compressors. Guys, if you've ever been camping and you inflate your inflatable rafts or your inflatable air mattresses, you can run that air pump for about 8 hours, which is actually really cool. 4 hours with the electric blanket, decently well done. I mean, to be able to stay warm for 4 hours, I'm not going to complain. You might even get more than that. I was hoping to actually test that out for you guys, but they didn't show up, right? It just didn't show up on time. With it, though, like I said, the 500 is $299.99, which is a great price point. It's very well in a range that most people can afford, which is kind of cool. Are you teasing? What do you mean, Sheila? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, Sheila. Any questions about those 4 products that we have shown thus far? I don't see any questions yet. So sure. Not. All right. I don't see any questions about those. So we're going to move over to the 1000 V2. Now, I'm going to actually move up to that range right there. Hopefully my lighting is kind of fixed with this. You guys will see that there are some lights hanging, of course, and that's kind of affecting the stuff. 1000 V2 is a new product that's been released about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago, right? What does V2 mean? Again, V2 is version 2. So there is an original 1000, but this is version 2 of it. It went from the older school lithium batteries to LiFePO 4 cells. It also went up in power range. It is 1,070 watt-hours of power. Now, with this, it is about approximately, if I can remember right, I think it's like 20-something pounds. Definitely lightish weight. It's like 23 to 24 pounds, I think. So still light enough weight that you guys can carry it out around without a problem. Now with it, it's got what's called Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 gives you that full battery charge and a 1-hour charge time. It also works with the app. The app is completely free, iOS or Android based, so you guys can connect it up. The app's going to allow you to turn on that flashlight. It's going to allow you to turn on the AC outlet. It's going to allow you to turn on the USB-Cs, or of course that DC plug. Now the AC outlets is going to actually do 1500 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 3000 if you need to, go over that 1500 watts, which is decently well for that. Now with it, of course, you get two USB-C ports. One's a 100-watt port, one's a 30-watt port. You also get a USB-A port at 18 watts max and that 12-volt 10-amp plug. Now we can bring you guys in a little bit closer with that to give you an even better look. Now with the 1 hour charge rate on a wall plug is all fine and dandy, but sometimes you don't want to put it on supercharge mode and you don't have to charge it that quick. Put it in what's called 22 decibel quiet charging mode. That's going to be a 5-hour charge rate. It's almost like a trickle charge, or where it's going to charge it a little bit slower. Very, very amazing to be able to do that. Now, the 1070 watt hours of power means you guys technically run like a window AC for approximately about an hour. You'd be able to run your laptop about 14-ish hours or more. You'll be able to do about 20 drone batteries or run your Bluetooth speaker for about 50 hours or more. Now, I'm going to throw that with a grain of salt because a lot of us, we're not going to use it that much. Heated blanket, 12-hour runtime on a heated blanket with this device. You could even run an electric grill for over 55 minutes without a problem. That means you're cooking your food and having fun. Now, if you want to use it as what's called a UPS, or an uninterruptible power supply, you can actually be done with that. It's got about a 20 millisecond delay kickover, but it does work for you. 10 hours on your flat screen TV, 14 hours on a mini fridge, of course, orbital sanders, drills, lawnmowers, and of course, Sheila's favorite heat presses for making decals on sweaters. Now, by itself, it is actually $459 tonight. That is a great price point, but we also have it in the carousel with, of course, the solar panel package. Now, this is where it's kind of cool. The original 1000, of course, used the 100-watt solar panel. This one will allow for the 200-watt solar panel. Now, this package we're showing you guys is the 1000 V2 and their 200-watt Solar Saga solar panel. This is actually $749, normally a $1,300 price tag. Now, the really cool part is you can actually connect up 2 of these solar panels to the system, and you can have it fully charged in approximately 3 hours of time. You heard me right. Now, remember, though, that solar panel connection, though, is an 80-20 plug. That's going to be on the solar cable, and I'll actually show you guys this. So you have the 7909 on the top, and you're going to have the 80-20 on the back. They are actually, if you guys look at this, this will be completely chrome. And of course, the 7909 has a black color. So it is, of course, marked for you to see. Now, that is, of course, the way you're going to plug it into the side of the station, and you're going to actually connect it up to the solar panel. So you do have that. Now, that will come with, of course, the solar panel, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, the battery life is going to give you about 4,000 charge cycles for the next 10 years. Then the battery is going to drop down to about 70 to 80% capacity. Well, like most batteries, batteries will, of course, drop down to the capacity of how far you can charge them. The even cool part is this machine can actually determine that and actually help save the batteries to linear along, because it's got what's called a BMS, battery management system, or an intelligent battery management system. Now, that's also going to determine the power range that's coming out of the system. So whatever you're running off of it can tell what power it needs to go to that, or what's going into the system as well. Cooling technologies, and of course, multiple protections. I think it's got like 12 forms of protection. It's got over voltage protection, overcharge protection, short circuit protection, reverse polarities, and everything under the sun with it. This will do very, very well. So if you guys need a station of this caliber, the 1000 V2 by itself or the 1000 V2 with solar panel is an amazing option. And that 1000 V2 by itself is on 43% savings, $459. It's a smoking deal. Now, we're going to get into the product that just dropped today. That's going to be, of course, on the table down here at the bottom, and I'm going to have to move a power station for us. We're going to talk about the 2000 V2. This just dropped today. This is actually at a really, really amazing price for you. We're going to try to zoom on in so you guys can see this. This is actually a really cool product. This product actually comes in a couple variations by itself or with, of course, the solar panels. By itself, guys, today is an amazing price point. So you're going to actually get a nice discount. There's like a $500 clippable coupon on the Amazon page for that. So you guys clip that, you're going to get it, and of course you'll get the Apple promotion of the 3100 Plus. Now, the technologies behind this is actually where it's really cool. It's got what's called cell-to-body technology or structure. Cell-to-body structure means it takes less time and less devices to build the battery system. Now, cell-to-body is a honeycomb design where each of the LiFePro4 cells are going to sit into and actually help shrink the size of the package. That actually brings this device down to, I think it's like 39 pounds. So it's like less than, it's like 39.5 pounds, less than 40 pounds, but about 40 pounds of weight. That's actually pretty lightweight for a system of this caliber. Now, it's got 2,042 watt hours of power in this device. It has, of course, Charge Shield 2.0. So that Charge Shield 2.0 means you can actually charge this in a 1 hour charge rate on emergency supercharging mode. If you want, put it in regular AC fast charging mode, 2 hours it'll take to charge it. Or you can put it in quiet charging mode at 5 hours and have it charged as well. Now with this you get three AC outlets. Those AC outlets are actually going to do very good comparable of 2200 watts of sine wave power, but can peak at over 4400. That means you can run an AC, your kitchen stoves, or even a table saw off of this if you really wanted to. Now with it, it does work with the app, and the app is actually kind of cool because you can run a lot of different stuff off of it. You guys can even set off the flashlight if you guys want to turn the flashlight off and set it up and start running. So you can actually do that with the flashlight. Right there's the SOS through the app. Or if I want to put it on high flash, we can just set it on high flash. Now we can put on low flash as well with that. We can even turn it back off. Now with it, we can turn on the AC plugs. If we want to turn the AC plug on, that'll actually pop up the screen. That screen is going to show you guys 100% battery. It's also going to show you guys the voltage being pulled in and out. Now with that though, if you guys look at the app, it's actually showing you guys the same stuff. And you'll see the temperature on there as well with that. This will also allow you to do a very cool piece that's going to do, of course, what's called screen timeout. So you can actually have it where the screen shuts off with that, or you can set up run times with it. You can actually do a 12-hour runtime, or you can set a 24-hour runtime. You can have everything in between. App is very, very user-friendly for all of you and pretty much runs most devices except for some of the originals. Now, back to the 2000 V2, though. We're going to get a little more into this. It can be used as a UPS just like the rest. It can actually run a window AC for about 2 hours if you have, like, let's say, 1150 watt window AC. You want to do a 200 watt desktop PC over 12 hours of runtime. Your 520 watt refrigerator, about 4-ish hours on this. Coffee maker, 3 hours. Crock pots, guys. If you want to keep going, we can keep going and keep labeling what you can run off of this all day long. You guys can do electric grills, water pumps, air compressors. You guys can do vacuum cleaners, tree trimmers. You can do, of course, gaming PC if you really wanted to. You may not get a long runtime on the gaming PC, but that's up to you. It's a great, very beautiful piece. And at the price point of less than $900 or about $999 by itself, it's a phenomenal price point. Now, they also have the package deal with solar panels for $15.99. Now, there's a $900 clippable coupon on the Amazon page that's going to knock that price down for you. Now, with it, that means you're going to get this power station and 2 of their largest solar panels, those 200 watt solar sagas. Now, with those panels, you're going to get those amazing, amazing solar panels to actually charge this device. With 2 of those solar panels, it's going to fully charge this device in approximately 5.5 hours. That's actually a decent charge time with solar panels. So you're going to get that. You're going to be able to charge it, and you're not going to have to worry. I love that idea. Total package weight of that, guys, is over 66 pounds. All right, just going there with that. It's a little bit of weight with this. So, any questions about the 2000 V2 or the 2000 V2 and solar panels? Don't see any, so let's go up to their larger systems. We're going to talk about the table behind us, and we're going to start off with, of course, the 3000 Pro kit. Now, the kit we're talking about is 3000 Pro and 2 of their large solar panels. Now, you're going to notice 2 stations down there. You have the 2000 Plus and the 3000 Pro. And if I move down here a little bit, you'll see that they both look identical. Now, we're going to talk about that one right there. Now, we can actually move over a little more and zoom on it a little bit better for you. Now, this is the 3000 Pro. This is their largest standalone system. This standalone system is actually really, really well done. It's 3,024 watt hours of power, which can be charged in 2.5 hours on a wall plug. Or if you really wanted to and you had 6 of the solar panels, about 3.5 hours. You have 2 of these in this kit, so why not get 4 more? Now with it is 64 pounds of a device by itself. Now you have 5 AC outlets. You're going to notice that I actually have 1 device plugged into the AC outlet, and I have 1 device plugged into the USB-C port. Now, 5 AC outlets that do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000 watts, which means you guys can run a TIG or MIG welder. That's right, you can run a welding machine off of this for about an hour time on a full charge. That's actually very, very cool. Now with it though, you guys can run, let's say, a 520 watt refrigerator for about 6 hours. You guys could run the 1150 watt window AC for 3 hours. Your 60 watt, 65 inch flat screen TV, 30 to 35 hours. It's a great runtime with that, right? Now, besides the 5 AC outlets, you have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watt max, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max, and a 12 volt 10 amp DC plug. Now, you're probably wondering, well, 64 pounds, that's pretty heavy. I'm not going to carry that everywhere. You don't have to, because let's be honest, it looks like a suitcase. That suitcase has 2 large 3-inch wheels. That's right, 2 large 3-inch wheels that's going to allow you to tip it and roll it around as you need. It also has an aluminum telescopic handle that actually folds up or slides in and collapses into itself just like your suitcase would. That handle will allow you to tip it over and leverage it and roll it around like it's less than 60 pounds. Now, the wheels do well on most surfaces except for sand. I had it, going across sand, it kind of sinks a little, especially if it's really loose sand. So do know that. If it's compacted sand, you may be able to roll across it even easier. Now, of course, with the amount of power that this device has, you guys could run more stuff than that. You can run a toaster oven. You guys could run your kitchen oven for 3 hours, your microwave for over 2 hours. If you wanted to, a movie projector for 21 hours. Let's say you got to run a LED light bulb, like the Keystone lights that I'm running back here. Most of these are 3-watt light bulbs. You're going to get about 220 hours or so of runtime with those light bulbs. Now, the wood shop, of course, guys, 800 watt drill, about 6 hours, 1300 watt saw, about 2 hours. Your Tigger MIG welder, a little over an hour. Your weed eaters, lawnmowers that are about 2200 watts, 2.5 hours to 3 hours. You have the runtime with this that you need. That's there perfectly well. This station is an amazing station to have on your arsenal in the times of need. Rather it be just a regular natural disaster or just wanting to do that. Can it be used while it's charging? Yes. So Alicia, you can actually have the solar panels plugged in or even the wall plug and still use all of the devices. Now, what I can talk about, and I will actually add a little bit more into that. If you are using solar panels, you're only going to be able to run this device for a certain amount of time if you're drawing out more than you're putting in. So let's say you have all 6 solar panels. Well, those 6 solar panels are going to do about 200 watts of power rate of input power. But if you're drawing more power out of that device, it's not going to run forever. So yes, technically, yes, you can run it with the solar panels connected up. You can run it with the wall plug plugged in. But if you're pulling more power out than you're putting in, it's not going to run for, an indefinite amount of time. That is definitely a good question. Hopefully that answered what you were wanting to know. Any other questions about the 3000 Pro that I may be able to answer? Don't see anything. You guys want to talk about the 300 Plus? Little power station that packs a nice little power. Alright, let's grab it. This is the 300 Plus. The 300 Plus is literally another 8-pound package of a device with LiFePO 4 cells. This device can be fully charged in 1.5 hours of runtime on a wall plug. And it does take, of course, that large, round, orange wall plug like your computer does. Now, it does have, of course, that foldable handle, works with the app, does have an AC outlet. Now, that AC outlet's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 600 with that. Now, with this, of course, you have the two USB-C ports, 100-watt port and a 15-watt port. You also have a 15-watt USB-A port and then the 12-volt 10-amp DC plug. Now, you do have that nice little screen that lights up with that high-contrast background, which if we hold down the power button, it will actually come on for us and it'll start lighting up in a second. We'll try to bring it over without the glare so you guys can actually see that screen. You also see the flashing lights. That light is actually indicating that you can pair this to the app with that. Now, shut it back off. You'll just literally hold that screen down and then hold the button and it'll shut back down after a second. You have a flashlight. Flashlight does, of course, dual modes. All of these stations have silicone pads on the bottom so you can set it on, of course, surfaces without marring or damaging those surfaces on hand. Now, 288 watt-hours of power in this little device means you can run a Nintendo Switch for approximately 40 hours. You guys could charge your phone about 12 times. Your house fan, again, 4.5 hours. 5 drone batteries, with that. Here's where it's kind of cool. Because the wall plug can be used to charge it in under an hour and a half, you can also use the USB-C port to charge it in under 3 hours by itself. And that's actually cool with that. $227, I think it's... I'm seeing conflicting prices, $227 and $225. Lois, can you confirm the price on that? For some reason, I'm seeing $225, but I think that's not correct. I think it's $227. So I just want to make sure, everybody. Now, if you don't want the station by itself, we also have the option of it and, of course, the solar panel. Now, that's going to be a good hiking, camping package right here because it is nice and small. 11-pound total package, guys, with the solar panel and, of course, the station. This package is $279, and that's actually kind of cool. $279 for this. Now, Mini 40 solar panel, of course, is 12 inches by 10 inches by a ½ inch thick, fully waterproof and water resistant in this package. Now, with that being said, we'll show you guys the panel one more time. Beautiful little panel, of course, pops open. You're going to be greeted with it just like that. This is going to do well. I mean, literally put it in your backpack and you have it on the go. This would be great for very, very good emergencies with that. Now, you could also get, of course, there's an adapter that plugs into this that can allow you to charge your cell phones off of it if you really needed to. But it's a really cool kit. $279 package, guys, with the Mini 40 and, of course, the power station. That's a good deal. Really, really good deal. So, any questions about that, please ask. I believe we're going to keep moving on because we do have a lot more product to pack into this hour show. All right, we're moving into the 600 plus station. We're going to pop down here to the table, of course. We're going to move all the way over there, and you guys are going to see my weird looking couch for a second and all the cabling. Let's pop into this. That's the 600 plus station. Now, the 600 plus station is a current and new product. This product is actually $399, normally $499. Now, with this, you get 6,032, or I can't say 6,000. Sheila, this is your fault. I stuttered. 632 watt-hours of power, guys, with this device. But it comes with 2 AC outlets. Those 2 AC outlets are going to do 800 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 1,600. And that's where I was trying to get to with other numbers, but hey, it happens. Now, with it, of course, you get 2 USB-C ports, one USB-A port. The 2 USB-C ports, one's a 100-watt port, one's an 18-watt port. You also get the 30-watt USB-C on top of that, 12-volt 10-amp DC plug, and, of course, a flashlight on the side. Now with it, of course, it has a handle that can be moved around. Now, like the other pieces, it's got Charge Shield 2.0. Charge Shield 2.0 means you can actually fully charge it in 1 hour charge rate on a wall plug for you. Now, if you don't want to use the wall plug, guys, use solar panels. Use, of course, the car charger. That's on you if you really want to with this. Now, with, of course, the 16-pound package, that's right, it only weighs 16 pounds. You can actually use 2 solar panels plugged into this. If you want to use the 100-watt solar panels, you guys can use 2 of those. If you guys don't want to use the 100-watt panel, of course, you guys can use the other panel. Now, it's really cool because 632 watt-hours per hour means you guys can run your house refrigerator for about an hour time, 13 to 14. You can do more than 13 cell phones. All right, let's just go there. You guys can do about 36 hours on a 10-watt Bluetooth speaker. All right, Sheila, not a problem. 45 watt house fan, 10 hours. 60 watts flat screen TV, 8 hours, guys. Your refrigerator, you move projectors, and all of that can be ran off of this. The price point's definitely there, but I'm going to talk about the next package because you can get the 600 plus and that beautiful solar panel. Now, the solar panel we're talking about is the 100 watt solar panel. This is that 100 watt solar panel that they're offering with this kit. This is a bifacial design with 2 kickstands. That's actually kind of cool. It actually has these nice little clips that's going to pop it open. It's nice and lightweight. Of course, guys, you'll see the panels unfold, but we're going to move it around to this side so you can actually see the black side as well. The monocrystalline solar cells. Now, I'm going to keep opening this. You're going to notice that when I keep opening this, that it's going to be a very, very large solar panel. This solar panel is going to grab a good amount of light. With this good amount of light through the solar panel, it is fully waterproof, water resistant. When not using it, or you guys just want to put it away, fold it up, clip it shut, and you're good to go, of course, for your travel. This is that cool solar panel that comes with this, guys. So that's that very beautiful new design of the 100 watt panel. I like this. So 600 plus with solar panel, guys, $599. Great price point. Now we're going to move up to the upper table. Now when we go up to this upper table, we're going to talk about the 1000 plus station. We're moving into the modular range. Now modular means you guys can actually add batteries to this device. Now we're going to start off with the station by itself for $679. Now with this device though, it is of course 1264 watt hours of power by itself. Now with the 1264 watt hours of power, it's going to take a little under 2 hours to fully charge. Now with the device, you do have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max charge rate, or 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max charge rate. Now with the AC outlets, you're going to be able to do 3 of those American Standard plugs on here at 2000 watts of pure sine wave power at 120 volts, or 4000 peak. Now you do have, of course, that flashlight on the front, and then you have that 12 volt 10 amp plug as well. With the 1264 watt hours power, means you guys can run your 520 watt refrigerator for 2 hours of time, or you can run your flat screen TV for a long time, or if you want to run that 1150 watt window AC for a little over an hour of run time. The station by itself is, of course, $679, which is a great price point. But you can get the station and 2 solar panels for, I think it's $929. So you're going to get the station and 2 of the 100 watt solar panels for $929. So that station and 2 solar panels at that price is a really great deal because it's normally like $1,500. Amazing price point with that. Now, what we're also going to talk about, we're going to just move over a little because we're slightly behind. We're going to talk about the full 1000 kit, right? So this kit is the 1000 kit. This kit's a really cool kit. This is going to be the station that you see sitting there and the battery above it and 2 of those solar 100 panels. So this is the full 1000 plus solar generator kit. Now you just doubled your run time with that because it added a battery to the system. At 2,528 watt hours of power, it is an amazing amount of power to run a lot of stuff. Yes, this could be great for your RVs, your campers, your toy haulers, off the grid living, or just want to be able to run your shop, you can do that with this because it has the power. Now, the really cool part is you can actually add 3 batteries total. With the 3 batteries, guys, you're going to have 5 kilowatts of hour power on this, or over 5,000 watt hours of power, which is an amazing amount of power. It's really cool that you can add these batteries, connect them up, charge them, run them, whatever you need with this. Now, with just the battery in the station alone, you should be able to run your window AC for about 2 hours. Angle grinders, multiple hours. You guys can run a blender, projectors, anything you can think of can technically be ran off of this except for like your TIG or MIG welder. That's just a great idea with this. Now, multiple solar panels can be connected into this one, so you can actually do that with this, of course, on hand. You can actually connect up to 4 of the 100-watt solar panels. With 4 of those solar panels connected up, you're going to get about 4.5 hours of charge time. It does come with 2 of them, so why not pick up 2 more in this kit for $13.99? $1,399 for the 1,000 plus and 2 solar panels and a battery is an amazing, amazing deal. I want to always tell you guys, if you can and want to, go for the full kit because it's going to give you more options. It's going to give you more stuff with it. You'll have these solar panels, you'll have that battery, and you'll have that station. Some things I actually ran off of the 1,000 plus system. I've actually taken it to my friend's house and I ran all of their Halloween decorations. I had all their inflatable stuff plugged in and their LED lights, and it was running well. I also did it and tested it with their Christmas lights and Christmas decorations. I had no problem running it, and it would probably run it for most of the day without an issue. The cool part is when you add the solar panel, it will charge during the day, and then you can run it at night and not have to worry as well. It's a really cool piece, and the option to have the runtime in the app means it'll actually kick on those switches at the time you want, and they'll start running those devices. Now, great options of the station by itself, the station with 2 solar panels, or the station with the battery and 2 solar panels. So if you guys need, check those kits out. The 1000 plus is a beautiful piece of technology. Now, we're going to move on to the 2000 plus. This is their largest modular system. We're going to move over here. We're going to zoom on. And we just showed you guys its brother, right? The 3000 Pro. The 2000 plus is the same housing. The exact same housing and, of course, the same weight. 62 pounds of weight to 64 pounds, right? So it's a good amount of weight. Now, it is a LiFePO 4 cell. With the LiFePO 4 cell, you're going to have a great battery life with this. Now, just like the 3000, it actually has 5 AC outlets. Those 5 AC outlets are going to do 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, but can peak at 6,000 if you truly need to. Now, you're going to have 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max, 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max, and the 12-volt 10-amp plug that's hidden behind that little tray next to the green light. Now, just like the 3000, it has, of course, the wheels to roll it around. Large 3-inch wheels will roll around on pretty much most surfaces. Also has that aluminum handle that's going to fold up and hide inside the case. I love that they added that handle and added those wheels because, yes, the package or this device does weigh a little bit. And I'm going to be honest, I don't want to have to lift it up all the time when I'm moving it, but even though I do, I mean, technically, I have to lift it up and put it on these tables for pretty much every show. So, hey, I have to lift it anyways. You guys can lift it. It's not a problem. Now, the station by itself is a $1,299 deal tonight. Normally $2,000 by itself. Now, with it, it's a 2-hour charge rate. 2 hours fully charged, you're good to go. In a car outlet, like a cigarette lighter car outlet, about 25 hours. So let's say you're doing a cross-country trip in your RV. You're heading from the East Coast to the West Coast. It will be charged before you get to your destination. If you want to do, of course, like 6 of the Solar Saga 200-watt panels, 2-hour charge. Now, with the 2,042 watt-hours of power, you're going to be able to run that 1,150-watt window AC for about 2 hours of runtime. Your CPAP machine over 150 hours. Your TIG or MIG welder could be ran for over a half hour, which is actually kind of cool. Lawnmowers, of course, drills, and everything under the sun. The station by itself, $12.99. You also have an option of the station and a single 200-watt panel for $2,290. So at $2,290, that's like a 15% savings. But we also have the option of the 2,000 plus and 2 solar panels. And that's where I'm going to gear you guys towards, because the station and the 2 solar panels is actually $1,899. Yeah, you heard that correctly. $1,899 is what I'm looking at for a price point with that. That's a 42% savings for that piece. So you're going to get the station and 2 of their largest solar panels. Now we're also going to talk about the 4,000 kit. Now the 4,000 kit's actually the station and the battery that's sitting right above it. The moment you move into that range, it's $2,299 price point. And that's because you got that extra battery. Now that battery is going to extend your runtime. It's going to give you 4,085 hours of power total when you pair it with the station. That means you just doubled your runtime and everything else that you need with this on hand. That's really, really cool with this. I love that that option is there for you guys if you guys need it. But I'm always going to gear you towards the full kit. Now this is, of course, the full 4,000 kit. Now the full 4,000 kit is going to be the station, the battery above it, and 2 solar panels. Those 2 solar panels are actually going to do very, very well for you. Normally this price point of the full kit is about $5,000. It is actually $25.99. You heard me right. 48% savings on the battery, the station, and 2 solar panels for $25.99. Now remember though, I did say it's modular, so you can actually add more batteries. You can technically add 5 of these batteries to the 2,000 plus kit. When you add 5 batteries, that's going to give you guys 12 kilowatts of hour power. That means you're literally running your homestead. You're running your wood shop, your metal shop. You're running your RV, your toy hauler, your campers, or just the regular emergencies if you want. Here's where it gets kind of cool with that on top of this. The station can run 6 solar panels. The battery can handle 2 panels. So yes, every battery can have 2 panels, solar panels, and then the station can have 6. Very, very amazing piece. Now, they said, hey, why not? Let's not stop there. You guys can run this in parallel with another 2,000 plus. Running it in parallel means you connected the 2,000 pluses, and you can add 10 batteries total. So you're going to have 2 stations and 10 batteries. That's going to give you guys 24 kilowatts of hour power. If you can't run your house off of that for multiple days, then you are drawing some real power through that place. I love that option. I love that they give you all of that. And of course, you guys can do that on hand. So the station is a beautiful price point of $25.99 with the battery, the station, and 2 solar panels. If you just want to grab the spare battery, the 2000E battery, the E2000 Plus, that is a $999 price tag tonight at 38% savings for you. So you're going to actually save a good amount of money on just the battery. So if you want the battery, $999, great deal there. So now we're going to move into solar panels, and we're going to start with the 100 prime. We're actually going to change camera angles. The 100 prime is a modular solar panel that's going to be able to mount on your RV, your home, your garage, or whatever you want to mount it to. It's going to come with a hardware kit. Now, the hardware kit's kind of cool. The hardware kit's going to come with 4 braces. These braces are going to be, of course, pre-drilled with the dual holes on the bottom. And those 2 holes right there are going to mount to whatever surface you're mounting it to. You're going to have the other slotted hole to mount the actual panel to, and it's got 2 high ridges to hold it in place. You get 4 of these pre-bent, pre-drilled, and, of course, anodized black mounts for the 100 prime. Now, on top of that, you're going to get all the mounting hardware for it, the self-tapping screws. Now, these screws, of course, are actually kind of cool. You're going to have that very beautiful piece right here of self-tapping mounting. And on the other side, you're going to have that, of course, nice little plastic gasket. Now, yes, it can use a nut driver or a socket to drill it in. What I'm going to tell you is add some glue or adhesive to seal off it as well. One second, everybody. I apologize about that. I picked this up, it had dust on it, and started making me cough. Whew. Now, not only are you going to get the self-tapping screws to mount it, you're also going to get, of course, the stainless steel hardware to connect up to the solar panel. You're also going to get, of course, the locking washer. So you have a locking washer. You're going to get all the hardware for this panel so you can actually run this panel on hand. Now, the panel, I'm going to have to get up and grab it. This is that beautiful panel. Now, I know it's a little bit hard to see. We will attempt to set it on the table. That is your monocrystalline solar cell fixed panel. This beautiful panel is going to do very, very well for you. 100 watts of charge rate at 18 volts. Now, on it is a fixed panel, so it is fully metal housing, and it is, of course, powder coated or painted black. Has all the holes to mount it where you need. It also comes with a 9.5-foot cable with that the 8090 plug. Yeah, I can't even speak right now. It's going to come with the DC plug and the adapter for the Anderson clip. The Anderson clip, so if you guys want to run multiple panels into a system, you guys can use the Anderson Y clip with this. Now, this is a beautiful waterproof station that's going to do very, very amazingly well for you. The cool part is IP68 water rating, which means you guys don't have to worry about it. It's not going to get root in the rain. Now, another cool part is it's going to do over 24% efficiency. It's actually going to do 25% efficiency in converting light. It is a bifacial design, so both sides can actually pick up solar light and charge off of it. Now, this is actually on a great price point for you guys tonight at $179.10. That's actually a really, really cool price point for those of you that need that, of course, on hand. Amazing solar panel, great option, of course, and a great addition to the carousel. If you don't want us to have power solar panel that big, again, we have the Mini 40, guys. The Mini 40 is actually $99, pairs well with the 100 plus, all the way up to the 500, right? Now, fully waterproof, water resistant, of course, with the magnetic clasp. Their beautiful logo has, of course, the press rings. That's going to allow you to tie it down. Inside, you're still going to be greeted with the trifold design and the quad panel with the monocrystalline solar cells. The monocrystalline solar cells are going to do, of course, about 23.5% efficiency in converting light to power in even low light settings. Fully waterproof means you guys could throw this in the water and pull it back out, and it will still be able to connect up and work with it on a station. Now, that's actually really cool. $99 is all this little thing's going to cost you. And, of course, it is literally very, very small. It's the size of a 3-ring binder or a notebook. 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, half-inch thick, perfectly placed, can be put up pretty much wherever you guys need to use it and take it anywhere. This is an amazing little mini solar panel. I love this thing, so definitely check that one out. Add it to your cart if you need. Now, before I go on to the last few products in the carousel, I want to remind you guys, there's a 5% discount code for those of you watching our show tonight. If you spend over $1,000, you can use that 5% discount code. We also have the 2000 V2s. One, of course, is at $999. The other, of course, is $1,599. You have the station by itself, or you have the station and 2 solar panels on deal today. Now, those both come with a 100 plus power station. You also have the E1000 V2 at $459 as well. So just wanted to give you guys that little spiel before we moved on to the 100 watt solar saga. Now, you guys may have saw the other variation of this, but this is going to be, of course, the original variation. So this is the 100 watt solar saga. Dual kickstands, ETFE laminated handle, does 100 watts of charging at 18 volts. Now, you do have 2 kickstands, one on each side of the device. It is a bifold device. It actually has a zip-up pocket. Inside this pocket, you're going to be greeted with, of course, a 9.5-foot cable. That 9.5-foot cable is going to come with the 7909 plug and the 8020 plug. So you can actually connect it up to the large stations or the small stations. If you want to use this piece to connect it up to, let's say, the 100, like the 100 plus, you're going to need the DC plug to USB-C port for that. Now, this actually has that phone plug connector, the USB-C port and the USB-A port connected in. Now, just like the rest, it is an IP68 rating. It is, of course, made from monocrystalline solar cells that are fully waterproof, water resistant, and is going to do about 24% efficiency of converting light to power. Now, it is actually a very, very, very beautiful panel that's going to actually do very well in grabbing out. I mean, look at that. I'm trying to create the Keystone lights right there so you guys can actually see the glow. This is a cool panel. It's actually nice and light, very portable. And of course, guys, if you want to sunbathe with it, go ahead and sunbathe with it. Not really. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, another thing that it actually has that I didn't show you guys is when you pop it open, it's actually got magnets that hold it closed. Now, just like the smaller one, it actually has the eye ringlets to tie it down, because let's be honest, in winds it can become a kite. You don't want it to fly away, so make sure it's tied down nice and tight. This is $209 tonight, guys. Normally a $300 solar panel at a beautiful price point. I feel you, Flint. I feel you, buddy. I saw what you said. Now, with that, we're going to go on to their largest solar panel, the last piece of the show tonight, the 200-watt solar panel. And I'm going to play a video. This is their Solar Saga 200-watt panel. Now, this is an IP68 panel that it has IP68 rating that's fully waterproof, water resistant. Comes with this beautiful case. The case has clasp and, of course, zippers that's going to come off of it. Inside that case, there is a pocket with, of course, your cabling on the 200-watt panel. Now, the 200-watt panel is, of course, a trifold design with 3 kickstands, but it is a quad panel. You have 4 large panels. When fully released and unfolded, it is over 60 inches long. Now, this panel is approximately 21 pounds in weight. Now, this panel is going to do about 24.3% efficiency in converting light to power, even in lower light settings for you. Now, what you're seeing me is pulling it out, sitting in the sun. You're also going to notice that the panel is not completely flat, so part of it is not grabbing all of the light. You will actually see that that third panel in there is actually part black. It's not fully lit up, so it's not hitting the sun properly. If I would have took the time to angle it completely, I would have got the full 200 watts with no problem. I'm going to plug it in here, and I'm going to plug it into the 3000 Pro, which you guys are seeing in the video. Then the moment I power on the power station and grab my camera, between the powering on and grabbing my camera is a 10-second delay. Within that 10 seconds, we're already grabbing 153 to 154 watts of power charging rate. Now, just think if I would have set that panel up completely flat to grab all of the sun properly, it would have been the full 200 watts, which is amazing. Now, the even better part is, you guys, you can have up to 6 of these on like the 3000 Pro or the 2000 Plus station. That's actually kind of cool. It does come with a 9.5 foot cable. I recommend getting the extender cables. That way you can keep the station out of the sun for all of those purposes. That panel is normally $699. Tonight is $479. It's a great price point and a very beautiful, beautiful station. So with that, guys, that is all the stations and products that we have to show you tonight. Now, again, we have that 5% code for you guys that you guys can use to purchase on anything over $1,000 purchases. We also have the 2000 V2 by itself at a great price point of $999, or you can get the 2000 V2 and the two 200-watt Solar Saga panels for $1599. Both of those stations come with a free gift of the 100 Plus. Now, that's a great deal, a great package, and a great product for you. If you guys need, of course, very, very beautiful bunch of products. Now, what I can tell you is tomorrow starts Prime Day. You heard me right. Tomorrow's Prime Day. I will be back here tomorrow morning, I believe, with an hour-and-a-half show. So we're going to go a little longer tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And then we'll see you again tomorrow night. That's right. You're going to see me multiple times a day. So with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. And I'm going to leave you guys with the new video for the 2000 V2. We'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good evening, everybody.